Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Friday, June 25th, 2010. This morning we're going to continue with our overview of Smalltalk syntax. We're going to go to precedence now. I mentioned this yesterday, but here's the general rule. Messages are executed from left to right, parenthesized expressions first, unary next, binary after that, keyword last. So if you need to have a keyword message take place before a binary or unary, you use parentheses. And that also means that there's no arithmetic precedence. This would not be 3 times 4 plus 5. This would be 5 plus 3 times 4. So that'd be 8 times 4, or printing it, 32. So keep in mind that the rules of precedence in Smalltalk are extremely simple. If you need to change precedence, you use parentheses. But the general rule is right here. Parentheses, unary, binary, keyword. So that's really all there is to Smalltalk syntax from a standpoint of precedence. Statements are terminated by a period. Now you don't need a period. If this was the only expression I had, 3 squared, and I didn't put the period here, it would work fine. But if I now try to do this, I'm going to get an error because it's going to say I'm trying to send the message 5 to that. And actually it's going to understand that 5 is not a message, so it's going to say nothing more expected. So that's an error. So that's what happens when you do something like that. On the other hand, if I tried to do something like this, 3 squared cubed, cubed is not a message that's in the system, so I'm going to eventually get an error out of this. And it's going to say cubed is a new message, so you're going to get an error there. But generally speaking, you can string messages together. But if you want to terminate them, you use a period. So period terminates and starts a new expression. So this would be 3 squared, end of expression, 5 factorial. Notice there's no period there. That's the end of the expression. I'm just implicitly terminating it. So you don't need to have a period, but it separates statements. Okay. Next thing down here, we go down to shortcuts. Cascading. If you want to send the same message to the same receiver, well, different messages to the same receiver, you can do cascading. So here I have a set of expressions: transcript clear, transcript show, a string, transcript cr, transcript show. So I'm writing transcript over and over and over again. I can change that to something like this: transcript clear, semicolon, show, semicolon, cr, semicolon, show, semicolon. And what this does is normally when you send a message in Smalltalk, some object comes back and any further messages are sent to the object that came back. What this does is say, ignore the object that comes back from transcript clear. The semicolon tells the system instead, send this next message to the original recipient. So I can say transcript clear, and this is effectively the same as saying transcript show, period, transcript cr, period, transcript show, period. I can shortcut it like this. Used heavily when you're sending things to a stream because you tend to put a lot of stream messages together. Stream next put all some string, stream next put all some more stuff. And that's how you cascade messages to shortcut yourself and make sure that you don't have to type quite so much stuff. One thing you may have noticed is the difference in case between messages like clear and these names like transcript. Classes and globals tend to be capitalized to begin with, and namespaces tend to be capitalized. So anything that's global or a limited scope global will begin with a capital letter. Anything that's a message send or a variable name will tend to begin with a lowercase letter. This is actually not a hard and fast rule. You can violate this, but it's the style that most Smalltalkers use. If you write in a different style, people are going to look at your code and be a little confused and wonder what it is you're doing. So keep that in mind from a stylistic standpoint. So we'll leave it there, and we'll pick up next time with variables. So, till then, have fun with Smalltalk.